Hello, everyone. If you can help me out and let me know, in games where I get too far ahead early, would you prefer if I stopped the video so that it stayed shorter, or would you prefer to see the game till the end? Just let me know, and let's get started. Okay, so I'm white again. One of these times, hopefully, I'll get black. Okay, so he does a cross opening. Pretty much anything works over here, but I like the 3/4s. Okay, he approaches low. So here you can play the Kasumi or you can kick. Because he has some 4/4s, in this situation I prefer to play more for influence. Okay, so he's trying to take the top side. So it's a bit bad if I try to just jump in here. So I'll just Hane. Then I can kick. And this move helps protect with the cut. But just to play it safe, I'll play here. Defend my cutting points. Okay, he defended. So now I can play on this side because these stones are high, so I can try and develop something here. This side is kind of low value because this one is facing the other direction, not this one. But if he approaches this side, he's growing this side and this side. So I think I'll play here to stop him from developing too big. But also developing my own is also reasonable. Okay, so he goes here. So if I just connect here and jump and he jumps, this is quite big. So I feel like I have to try and do something here. Okay. So I can just push a few times. So normally I'd want to extend here again, but then he can play over here, which doesn't feel good. And if he does this, I can still Hane, and he still reduced quite a bit. So I'll block off this side. So he can attach here. There's a peep here. So this is not 100% safe, but I feel like I want to defend it at least somewhere. And I think I'll play here to prevent his Hane at the head of 3 stones. Okay, so he does this clamp. I'm just going to connect. And this feels pretty safe. He can peep here and it'll be a fight, but it just feels a little bit too slow to add a stone here. So I'm going to go ahead and then close my corner. Um, I'm not really sure what this is, but it has not that much effect on the corner. Like he can attach here and threaten to connect under, but I'm just going to take the outside anyway. Um, Letting him push up here doesn't feel too good, so I think I'll push once here to try and keep him low. And then I will try to develop this side. Which, now that this is here, I can also develop this side. But this one feels a little bit better. But both are good. So he kicks again. And he does this one again. This doesn't feel that good to me. Not sure why he's playing that. So if he defends here, I'll just block here, and I'm developing this way in a much bigger way than before when I just approached. And I'll go ahead and block. And then I have a lot of cutting points here, so I'll just defend my cutting points. And then something over here does get quite big. And he just plays here. So he can make a base here. So I think I'll approach once just to take away his base, or if he does do it, he can do a small one. Okay, so he does this one. Um, this group's already alive, and if I block here, I'm not really making that many points. So I feel like I want to do this to keep him weak, and if he does push, I just extend, and he has a weak group. Because he probably should have extended here, even though it's only a one space. And then there's some stuff he can do in the corner. He connected, I'll extend up. Okay, so this is weak. If he turns here, doesn't seem that big of an issue. I can go here to try and develop stuff here. But I think I'm gonna Hane here because this is cutting off this entire side, which feels pretty big. He turns here. He has an attachment stuff here, so I want to try and defend that. And I think I can do that with this one. Okay, he goes there. I'll Hane and Atari. And just extend. And then this stone here is kind of helping me surround this group, though I still have to be careful with this one. He goes here. If I Hane, there's some stuff he can do there, so I think I'll just back off. And then he has to deal with trying to make eyes here somehow. So he goes there. Can't really attack this anymore. I got points here. Got some potential over here. So I could try and push to make points here, but it doesn't seem very certain that I'll get it. So at this point, I think I'll finally come back over here and defend this, because this is the only weak group that I have left. And I don't want it to be too narrow, so I want to try and make it as big as possible. I'm thinking this one, because if he goes here, then I can block. If he goes here, then I can try and do something like this. So I feel like this is the best way to try and defend this group. He turns here, which this is just not big enough. So now I'll go back to trying to build this side. And normally when you're running out, you want to try to get ahead of your opponent. And if I jump here and he tries to push and cut, this is very strong, so I don't have to worry too much about it. So if he pushes, then I'm just happy to push. And if he cuts, it's a fight, and this is also not 100% alive yet. Okay, so I'm strong here, I'm strong here, so I'm not really scared of a fight. So the best he probably could have done was peep here and then extend to make a base. But this one I kind of just capture. So even if this lives, I may profit here. I got a cutting point here, so I'm just going to defend against that. He's trying to threaten to go here, but now he's giving me this Atari, and then there's still an Atari here. Okay, so he's just going all out to make that one eye. So if I push here, he can Hane, which helps him get some eye shape. So I think I'm going to go from this direction. And then when he pushes here, I can just make solid points. Then with this shape here, it feels hard for him to get out. So like here, he can Hane here. If I Atari here, he cuts. I can go down. He goes here, it's an Atari, but I capture. And there's not much he can do after that because I'm connected and safe here. This has one eye, and he only has like 2 liberties. So I believe I can just surround him. Okay, so he's gonna try and get out, which he should. And I believe even if I go here, here, and I connect here, he goes here, I connect and he pushes. It should be about the same whether he cuts on one side or the other. Okay, so he goes here, so here he can go here and make an eye. So it feels like it's, if I do that, he goes here, here, here. I have some cutting points, so I'd want to connect. So he would live in Sente. And if I do get strong on the outside, there's no guarantee I can make points here. So it feels like it's best to let him run out. And then while he's running out, this is getting weaker. And again, I'm connected and strong everywhere, so I don't really have to worry too much about dying. So again, we'll just make sure I'm nice and connected. He goes here. So let me just double check again. If he pushes here, if he Ataris extends, I just go here. I should have more liberties. So now I gotta find a way to attack this while still profiting somehow, which is not easy to do. I'm thinking I can push this direction, which is kind of cutting these off, which it's not easy to kill this, but there's some weaknesses there. Okay, so I'll just push. Okay, and stop him from connecting too easily. And this is not 100% I because I can go here, and then this is not I when I go here. So I will just, again, try and stop him from connecting. If I Hane, he'll extend, then I can Kasumi, and then he's pretty much surrounded. And I'm not sure if he can make two eyes, but again, the main focus is just making sure all my groups are nice and connected and strong. Okay, so he goes there. So at this point, yeah, he is probably alive. But this should be fine. If he cuts here, it's not that big of a deal. And now I got to try and profit somewhere else. I got stronger here, so I can think about cutting this off or trying to make this weaker. Uh, just peep here. It's hard to say what to do here. I'll go ahead and play here to try and reduce his eye space. And play here to also reduce eye space. There's really not much profit I can get in the center here. So the best I can do is try and get a little bit of points here and there while he tries to run away. And he's also trying to make points here. So I think I'll just jump here to try and reduce that. This is probably the best for reducing eye shade because yeah, he extends. I can go here and threaten the cut. And then I can extend here and I don't have to worry about this cut. And then this is all nicely connected. I'm just gonna surround him. So even if he lives, hopefully I'll make a little bit extra in this area. And then this is also getting reduced while he does this. And so I could try to do this one, but then there's Satari, and after he goes here and connects, then there's some Aji there. So I'll just connect solidly to where there's no weaknesses. Again, just connect here. Okay, this is alive, so I don't have to worry about that. This should be alive. If I push through here and here, he still doesn't have two eyes. So I'll go ahead and see what he does. And later on, he does have to be careful in this corner. But I think I would have to capture here first, and then maybe there's something I can do in here. So this is a false eye. If he Atari's cuts, it doesn't really work. Um, if he goes here, I go here, here, again, should be okay. So I think I just need to go here, which is making sure this is even more safe and he can't get an eye here. Okay, so he tries to cut, but I can just Atari here. And if he extends, I go here, so I get some extra profit here that I didn't have before. And this cut doesn't really work because I'm all nice and connected. But I guess he's going to try and do something to make it work. So I got some bits here, but I don't think I need to worry about that. If he cuts here, I just go here. If he goes here, I Atari, he connects here. So this should all be safe. So I'll just play another big move somewhere else, which this looks pretty big. This one might have been bigger, but I'm not sure. He goes there. Not sure why there. I suppose I'll go here because there's this Atari and capture, so I'll just make sure I'm nice and connected. And since I'm ahead, I feel like I just need to make sure all my groups are connected and I should be okay. He defends that, so I'll go ahead and take the corner. Hmm. So now there's some weaknesses here. Okay, so I missed that, so that's not very good. But he has to be careful. But I suppose he'll just Atari, I connect, or he'll cut this off. So he Ataris, I have to connect, he can capture. So I think I'll defend this way, so that when he captures, I can just block here. Oops, I got disconnected. So just play here. And then connect. Okay, so I could have done better here. This was not good for me. But again, everything should be okay. This is kind of small. If he goes here, I connect. If he goes here, I just capture because I should have two liberties. So I'll just play some endgame. Okay, so if I go here, he goes here. I go here, he can Atari, so I should extend. And after this, here I connect, he goes here, not Atari, so I can still capture, so I can block here. And yep, just go here. Even if he Atari's here, I should have no liberties. And even then, I can also just sacrifice the two stones, and I should still be ahead. So here, I capture, he goes here. I go here, and then he can't Atari, because it'd be self-Atari. Let me double check. Okay. Yeah, that seems okay. So because he has liberty issues, he can never play there. Okay, so now it's if the Atari's here, I just go here. And this is fine. If he goes here, again, I can play here or here. So I don't think this is Senta. So this is quite big. Maybe he was thinking he had a stone here, so this would be a double Atari. But yep, he goes there. It's quite big. He could do a ko here, but if he loses the ko, it's very big. So now more in-game would be over here, so I can do this one. Maybe I can do this. Not sure which is bigger. I'll just do this one. Okay, just connect. This one stone is very small. Because now I can reduce this even more. But I think I'll just do this one first because it's for Senta. And he probably even could have done something like this or this. Might have been better, but I don't think it really matters at this point. So I'll just extend. And just go here. Also in the comments, you can let me know if I get too far ahead, if you think I should resign, or not resign, but end the stream because the game's pretty much over. So, and it's just stuff like this. Or if you'd rather see this, you can also let me know. I guess this is good for in-game, but he could have just played this anyway. Forgot to turn coordinates back on when it restarted. Okay, so we'll just go here. Since this doesn't really get him an eye, it's as if he just gave me a point here. He goes here, which again, he still can't go here. So I'll just play this one, because there's still some weaknesses here he needs to worry about. So we'll see if he defends it, which he does. Then there's this one. Okay, so if I connect here, he goes here, here, and I should just have more liberties. Connects, so again, it's the same. So he never captured here. He goes here. Yep, I guess that's worth a point. I don't think there's anything over here he can do. And there's not much else to play. So we'll just go to counting. And I win by a lot. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.